What's up, guys? It's the Realist Rampman YouTube channel here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about why I think that all parents are selfish, why there is no such thing as a selfless parent. Just in general, life is fucking pointless, right? Now, I'm not talking about why life is pointless, but I guess I kind of am. But I'm more talking about the people that make life, the parents, right? The breeders, if, you know, you're an anti-natalist, right? Generally speaking, there is no point in bringing a child into this world. In the first place, there never was. You know, evolution in general is a fucked up design. It's all a made up design where everything just eats each other, where everything fucks each other, where everything just disses and outcompetes each other, just so they can do that one thing and survive and pass on their genes, or two things, I guess. You know, life is pointless. So why bring a kid into this world? You know, why would you sit there and think, you know, my child is one day is going to have to grow up knowing of going through the pain just to get up off its ass and get something to eat, get something to drink. Even worse, have to go out there and actually get a job and deal with toxic co-workers, a toxic boss that fuck you off for 8 hours every day till the weekend. You know, is it really worth bringing a kid into this world? You know, like, my childhood was never that great. It never was. You know, I feel like I never even had a childhood because I was held back because I had such an overprotective mum. I'm sure you guys would know. And obviously my dad wasn't there enough, and when he was there, he wasn't emotionally there enough. His presence, he was there. He was a good provider, but he was never a good emotion. You know what I mean? He never really cared for me emotionally. You know, if I hurt myself and I fell down, he would kind of just tell me to man up. You know, and he'd always stick up for his girlfriend over me. You know, like recently, a few days ago, he had a go at me for basically for keeping him up at night and telling me to be in by like 10 p.m. But yet his missus is snoring. She tosses and turns, and yet he claims that he can't deal with the noise I make, but yet can deal with hers, even though her bedroom is technically closer to his than mine is, and she makes more noise anyway. Makes sense, doesn't it? So yeah, just things like that just make me not really like my dad that much. But I'm not going to cut him off completely because I need him to get my driver's license and stuff. But yeah, like, even though my family's very weird, and it's not even normal, to be honest. Like, I look at normal families and I look at my family. My family are so overly obsessed with each other. Like, they can't even go more than one day without texting each other. It's very weird. And yet, I've never seen a family get involved in so many arguments. They're very toxic and potentially narcissistic. Right, potentially, of course. So I'm not an expert. But at the same time, all families are shit. Most people struggle, right? And even if they aren't struggling right now, they fucking will. This is why it's the eugenicist argument of the person should be born into a rich family, the person should be attractive, the person, you know, should do this and that. And it's like, well, maybe in that moment, yeah, life might be worth it in that moment. You know, you're getting all the bitches, you're getting all the guys if you're a woman. You know, you're getting lots of money. You feel good, you don't have to deal with any mental problems, you sleep well at night, you know, you've got all these things going for you. You know, and you've got a decent amount of money to, you know, live well. I think I said that 5 seconds ago. But at the same time, wait till that person's old. Wait till that person has dementia. Wait till that person has to have knee replacements. Wait till that person has to have a back replacement. Think the amount of pain that person has to go through that surgery, mentally and physically, and if you're in the US, like with the healthcare system, financially. Is it really worth it? Is it really worth putting someone in this life to risk someone going through that Even if their life is good all the way from the moment they're born, all the way to their 65, is it really worth from 65 to 80 plus, really with someone going through those 15 plus years of pain? It isn't. And we don't need to. It's not like we're going to go extinct anytime soon anyway. Even if we did, it doesn't matter. There would just be another species to replace us. It doesn't matter. You know, none of it matters. And yet all you fucking hear when you say stuff like this is, oh, you're a woke leftist because, you know, you're a Joe Biden supporter because you're pro-abortion. I'm like, I'm pro-abortion not for the women, mate. I'm pro-abortion because I'm for the child. Because that child, when that kid gets aborted, that child won't have to face suffering. Now, obviously, I mean, I'm not pro-choice, I'm pro-abortion, I'm completely honest. Even though I think that you should wear protection in the first place, or just keep your legs closed and not be a fucking slut, of course. You know, you should be doing that before, but if you just so happen to get raped, and, well, what else are you going to do? And you're getting impregnated, what else are you going to do? If you're a woman and you get that shit happens to you, you've got no choice but to get an abortion, and you should. I mean, let's say it was consensual. Let's say the father's rich. Let's say the father's good looking. As I said, as the points that I've made up, life is not sacred. Life is cruel. And it will come to bite your ass eventually. Whether it be the moment you're born or the moment you die, it will eventually hurt you. And that one negative thing, I remember David Benatar saying this, that one negative thing will outweigh all the positives. Because our brains, that's just how we're wired. Like, just the human brain in general is a fucking shit show. I haven't ever been sexually assaulted. I have been physically assaulted by my stepdad, by my stepmom at times, on very, maybe like once or twice. Got bullied at school at times, physically at times, got verbally bullied quite a lot. I've had family gaslight me and turn on me not too long ago, to be honest, but I've cut them out of my life. And yet, even then, that doesn't compare to what some people have to deal with. It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, even the life that I live now, I've still had to deal with intrusive thoughts of killing people, of hurting people, of raping people, women. I have. But it's intrusive, obviously. It's intrusive thoughts. It's not like conscious thoughts. I've never done anything like that, right? But we all have thoughts like that. You know, we all have fucked up thoughts of killing people, of beating up people, you know, falling off bridges and killing ourselves. We've all had that, you know. So just having those thoughts in general is awful. Even if you haven't necessarily had the worst happen to you, it still fucking sucks. And almost everyone I know has it. You know what I mean? So, and all these parents, they just say the same thing. Like, when I tell my mum about wishing that I was never born and stuff. And the first thing she said was, you chose me. I chose you. Why the hell would I choose to be alive, let alone have her as a mum? But yet she thinks that, because unfortunately these fucking single mothers get validated all the fucking time. And so does society. Like, I see so many people with kids, and I just look at these kids, man, and I don't really care, to be honest. Like, it doesn't anger me, it doesn't make, you know what I mean? But I look at the kids, and I look at the parents, and I don't get angry at the kid anymore. I get angry at the parents. I look at the parents, and I think to myself, you don't know what that kid's going to have to deal with when he or she is older. That person's probably going to have to go and work a shitty job for the rest of his life, potentially get assaulted in various ways. Is it really worth having that child in the first place, and especially having another one? But this is the problem with society, is society's all just about coping. They don't want to know the truth because it doesn't benefit them. I mean, imagine the rich elites. Imagine the rich elites if they imagine the rich elites if they imagine the rich elites if, you know, people found out anti-natalism. You know, can you imagine how much shit would go down? I couldn't imagine. You know, it's insane. but they don't want that shit going out, you know. And there's just no justification for breeding. There just isn't anymore. You know, we've got the knowledge to not rely on our primitive instincts now to get by in life. We have copes, and even then they're not enough. And, you know, so many people would make out that just going and getting a job is so good, but it really isn't. I worked one day on Friday, and I just didn't like it really. Now, don't get me wrong, the actual job, to be honest, wasn't bad. It was just having to deal with normies, man. Just constantly, just like this one guy came up to me, and the first thing he said was, "What do you want to do as a career? Is there anything you enjoy?" Now, obviously, I just said, "Don't know." But deep down, I was thinking, stop asking me these fucking stupid questions, you dumb twat. Right? It's all fucking shit. I don't want to do anything. If I need to work to survive, I will work. If I need to have benefits, if I can only rely on the government's money, aka benefits, then I'll do that. If the benefits go, and I have to get a job, well, life sucks, but I'm going to have to do it. If not, well, I'll rely on the benefits then. I just don't care. Like, just give me enough money to survive, and that's it. I don't care about having a fast car. I don't care about any of this, because it's all fucking pointless. And all these parents telling you, putting all this pressure on their kids to say, all the pressure they put on their kids to say, make sure you get a job. What job do you want to do? If you don't want to get a job, that means you're pathetic. That means it's your fault. And other parents, when they say stuff like, "Oh, you have to dress like this because your auntie Margaret is going to dish you and is going to have a go at me because, you know, and say that I don't take care of my child and stuff." I'm like, fuck what you think. You know, my mum was literally like that. She literally would force me to get a haircut and say that I look like shit. Because even when I was a teenager, by the way, I mean, my hair doesn't look great right now, I'll admit, but it's just like, what's these parents? They don't bring you into this world because they love you. They bring you into this world because they're selfish cunts. They might have some empathy towards you, especially when they see you suffer, right? I do believe there are some parents that have that ability. But to think that that's all they do is they just care about you. They brought in this world to care for you. No, they basically brought you into this world because they couldn't use a condom because they're too fucking selfish. And they thought it was a good idea to raise that kid up, put a bunch of expectations on that child, potentially sexually assault it, potentially physically abuse it, put it through absolute fucking torment and torture, just so that kid, when it gets to 18, or if I'm lucky, someone lucky like me, get kicked out and get forced to go and get a job in my early 20s, which I will be soon. And for what? Just for you to get to 60, 70, 80, barely retiring, and you've got your hips fucked up, you've got arthritis, you're not as handsome or pretty as you used to be. It's just like, what is the point in all this? Why do parents still think it's justifiable that they brought a kid into this system? This system was fucked. That child, I don't care how you brought up the child, just from the social expectations, just from having to work a job, just from survival, it was never worth bringing a kid into this world. And in my opinion, despite what society says, I think it's way more fucking wiser, way more fucking braver, way more fucking just a better decision for everyone to off themselves and to kill themselves than it is to actually fucking reproduce and keep the species going. I don't care if someone pushes a red button and everyone just dies from a nuclear war. I don't care. Life is not worth it. It's not a gift. It's this fucking shit. Is there good parts of life? Of course there is. Nice food, hot women if you're someone like me, video games, going out in nature right now, where I'm at right now recording this video, etc, etc. But it still doesn't overthrow the negative. But if I say stuff like this, I get called, "Oh, you're just negative, you see the world in a negative way," especially by my mum. She says that all the time. She even put like in a medical reports towards me and towards my assisted living paper to show how much care I need, to say he needs picking up all the time. He just sees the world in a negative way. I'm like, love, you need to fucking slap into reality. How can this bitch have so much fucking shit in her life and still not see it? Like, how retarded is she? Like, what is with not just women but even most men? They're just fucking retarded. They don't see the world for what it is. They're so fucking stupid. It's literally so fucking retarded, man. But anyway, yeah, I've got to finish this video because I need to get it for 15 minutes. Obviously, you know, do the usual, like, subscribe, leave a comment what you want, and yeah, and peace.